This is Good Morning Tucson.
It's Tuesday, May 25th. President Bush outlines his plans for Iraq. I'm Destry Jashawn. Good morning, Tucson.
All right, we've come to blows. We're at Eastside Karate, and we'll have your cooler than normal forecast. Good morning, Tucson. We're on Pima near Wilmot, where all these cute little restaurants are, a couple strip malls, just basically everything you need. And if you need some self-defense, boy, is this ever the place. These kids, they look nice, but I wouldn't want to meet them in a dark schoolyard, especially if I was just walking around. They didn't know what I was doing. I think it would be trouble. I'm not letting them flip me. That's all I can say. No flipping involved.
Come on, do it. Do it. Exactly. But today, right now, you are learning karate.
Yes, indeed. And it is a form of kung fu with a little more to it. Maybe you're a little more, well, I'll show you in a second. Watch what happens when I do this. What, did I do that wrong? Oh, I'm grabbing your arm. See what I mean? You never. Good morning. These kids look like they know what they're doing.
They're just waiting for our cue to play. They've been here since early this morning before sunrise to help us demonstrate what we're doing. And what we're going to look at now is a very basic self-defense movement. We show these kids to help them deal with situations with other children, especially with the bullying situation going on, to control the attacker and take them down and deter them from any further attacks to them. Okay? Let's go, guys. Let's do Hikyo Toshi. Go.
Hikyo Toshi.
Spinning drop. Okay? And they'll go through this. This is a normal part of the routine we're teaching the children.
Now, the idea here is to deliver blows without really injuring someone, right?
We don't want to injure them. We want to hurt them, cause them some discomfort, so that they will not come back and try to attack that child again.
Karate is a combination of things. So explain a little of that to me.
Well, the background goes back to Kung Fu in China, and then from there into the basic Okinawan Islands and onto the main island of Japan. This style of karate has been doing karate since the early 1920s. Prior to that, we were strictly a jiu-jitsu type school, and that's why what this is basically jiu-jitsu. And also we're very much involved with the international sport karate scene. We have two national team members here in the dojo training. Couldn't be this morning, they're flying. But they travel all over the world, compete, represent the United States in international competition and the World Championships, which is 169 countries that get together twice a year for international meet.
Bill, thank you. More coming up later. It's Eastside Karate. Destry, I think they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they sound like it. Yeah! They got that down for sure.
Yeah, I see. That takes me forever. At first, I'm like, they're like, no.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah! All right, thanks a lot, Lynn. Mind you.
Well, they are athletic, they're nimble, and they can defend themselves. And I thought we'd show a little bit of that. We're at Eastside Karate here. And Bill Damon, who runs the place, they're sparring, but they're deliberately not hurting each other, deliberately not striking each other, right?
Exactly. The concept of free fighting in karate is non-contact. There's no contact allowed to the head. Minor contact, touch contact to the body, and that's it. The reason is to eliminate any possibility of injury. There's no techniques allowed below the belt, right? At this level, we don't allow them to do any sweeping or throwing, but at the national team level, we allow that sweeping and throwing also. Sport karate today is a Class A sport in the United States, which means that it goes to the Pan American Games. We're not in the Olympics yet, but we get to travel within the Western Hemisphere to compete. All right, we do go to many tournaments overseas in Europe and Mexico, stuff like that. The World Championships will be in November in Monterrey, Mexico. I've got two young people that are hoping to be on that team. The National Championships is in July. They'll be competing for berths on the USA national team.
I notice when they lead a lot, as opposed to boxing, they lead with a almost defensive blow, and then they come in with an actual strike.
Well, the idea is to open up the opponent. His hands are being held at the middle level to protect his body. So they're going to come in and attack towards the head, and hopefully he'll bring his hands up, opening the lower level of the body so they can counterattack to that area.
Well, we're showing a lot of the sparring and the action, but it's also about peace and understanding.
The whole thing is about controlling your body, controlling your mind. That's what we're trying to teach these kids, is self-confidence. To be successful in life, they have to have the self-confidence to be able to go to college, get through school, deal with all the social problems we have in our lives, and still be healthy, young athletes and adults.
Eastside Karate. How can someone get involved if they want to check this out? Are you all full?
We invite people to come in and spend 2 weeks for free with us. Just come and check it out and fun. If they don't enjoy what they're doing, nothing ventured, nothing lost. But the main thing is we'd like to see everyone, especially the young children, young kids in training so that they're preparing themselves for life.
That's what we tell people in broadcast. We say, come down for 2 2 weeks. It's not as glamorous as you think, and if you still in it.
Exactly.
Thanks, Bill.
Exactly.
We have the forecast coming up from here shortly, Destry.
Well, you know, I was going to say, too, there's a kid there that has style. I think we could put him on the air. That he has got the blonde hair, and, you know,
yeah.
it's about style, too. Can we show a close-up of him?
Destry's calling for the gentleman here with the hair.
I mean, take a look at that hair.
It's Billy Idol-ish.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say that.
He's styling in the morning.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
it.
He's rocking the cradle of love.
You got to do both. All right. Thanks a lot, Lynn.
You bet. I figured I need a little break, do the weather, and we'll gear up for our next segment. They teach kids here the basics of self-defense, and we're learning the basics of drinking our coffee while laying down. And you got to locate the coffee first. It's quite an art. We're going to learn some more about kicking coming up later. A lot of people know nothing about it. I just think of it as punting, so that'll be great.
You going to learn about it from the ground?
Well,
Is that how they do it there?
I need it in a, you give kids time out these days. You don't spank your kids, they say. You give them time
Right.
out. So that's what I'm doing.
They put you in timeout?
A little bit of a timeout. Yeah.
They said, if you're not going to get up and kick, you can go to timeout, Lynn Johnson.
Right. And I was seeking that the whole morning. So it really worked out. Oh, you're going to get a kick out of this forecast. I couldn't resist. Karate and weather coming up. I can't get, that's as high as I'll ever kick them out. We're going to learn some karate, and we've got a great forecast, cooler than normal. Good morning, Tucson. We're at a place called Eastside Karate, Destry, and I notice when I kick, it's kind of that really stretches me to even get up that high. Bill Damon is the instructor here, and Bill, can I see your kick? Is that uncalled for? Oh, it's just so fluid. You have a little rotation when you do that. Maybe we can give a kicking exhibition
let's
here.
take a look at what is involved in kicking. A lot of people don't understand it's about leg extension and body rotation. So we've got two young gentlemen here. Kurt, go ahead, please. Let's look at front kicks first. And look at how the leg extends, the body thrusts into the target. Okay?
And that guy he's kicking, we brought him in special from Kicking Is Us.
Ow.
He's from Kicking Is Us, exactly. Okay? And what's holding him up is about 300 pounds of water in the bottom of that stand. Okay, so look at the hip rotation and the leg extension. Okay, now let's take a look at side kicking. Once again, now the technique's going to come in from the side, but it's a natural extension of the leg and the rotation of the hips.
Destry, we need an effect.
All right. So if we look at the person who's doing a technique, if this bottom turn foot rotates, we know that they've got their hips going through the target.
You wouldn't think to rotate when you kick, and I guess that's where you get your power from, the hips and whatnot.
Yep, the power, rotation of the hips, and the extension of the legs. Okay, let's go to roundhouse kicks, head high. These are techniques that we use in competition.
Oh!
Okay, and that dummy right now is sitting at 6 foot tall. Okay.
You don't want to meet one of these guys in the line at McDonald's in a dispute over who got the cheeseburger, do you?
I know, they're friendly guys, very, very passive people, no problems. Okay, let's take a look at a real difficult one. Let's do Udamuashi. Okay, let's challenge him here.
It's our last one, and I'll send it back to you. That's kind of an inverse comeback arounder, isn't it?
Exactly, come back around the side of the head.
Bill Damon at Eastside Karate, thank you so much. We're learning a lot this morning. Those are the dynamics of kicking, Destry, and for a lot of it, it's just getting the foot off the floor. That's the first step, and a lot of stretching.
Would I be considered yellow, green belt from my Taibo experience?
I think yellow suits a lot of us. So, it's kind of, our emotional nature when we start all this. What's the base belt?
White.
White. And then you work up to the
All right, well, I got an extra level because I think Taibo, that's at least one. I do a lot of kicking, Lynn.
Oh, that's right. If you've done Taibo.
Oh,
I knew there's a reason I steer clear of you when I first see you.
Hey, that's right. When I get up in the morning, watch out. Wow. Now it's time to check back in with Lynn. Wow, everyone's taking a break, huh?
It's a group photo to end the show. Destry, you know those sounds they make in karate? Those are called ki, I found, right, Bill Damon?
Correct, ki.
And it's a release, a harmony thing.
It's tightening all the muscles of the body at the same time, forcing the air on the diaphragm. That makes that sound, that yell.
Destry does it pretty well. I've heard her with
Kia!
Here we go.
They laugh.
Can we give one big group ki as we head out?
One big ki on three, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Woo!